Okay, so Kaya, I'm just going to go over some basic ideas for attacking the science section of the ACT, which is the section that is probably the least similar to anything on the SAT. Most of the SAT, the reading, the English, the math, is going to be really similar to the ACT. But for the science, you have about a little bit less than a minute per question. And there's 7 passages. So number of questions per passage is around 5. So you have around a little bit less than 5 minutes per passage. This one, for example, the opposing viewpoints is the part of the science test that is the most similar to the two sides controversy that you would see in the reading test, passage 1, passage 2 for the SAT. We're not looking at that one yet right here. But this one has a really small blurb, and then it has a number of figures and graphs. And the Kaplan method recommends reading the passage. For me personally, I find that in the interest of time, I like to skip right to the question. Now, there is sometimes where you will miss something in the paragraph. You should always go back if you don't understand something in the question. You need to go back. I would try it both ways. But I think that for total points, just getting as many as you can as quickly as you can, going straight to the questions first, maybe circling the questions that you are going to need to read the passage for, then going back is one possible strategy. Being really careful that you're looking at the correct graph, and the correct part of the graph is a huge part of this type of ACT science question. And so I think take your time with that than to take that time to be reading the introduction. And let's look at this example right here. So figure 2, enzyme A, fastest rate of reaction at what pH? And so if we go to figure 2, enzyme A, we need to be looking at that one, which would be the 5 or F. If we accidentally look at B, or we accidentally look at a different graph, we're going to have the wrong answer. A lot of times for science tests, the answers are going to be in the captions of the graphs. So for example, on this one, for this question, it says, based on this figure and figure 2, one would best conclude that compared to the acidity of solutions in the stomach, the solutions in the small intestine are more acidic, less acidic, equally acidic, etc. Well, if it says look at figure 2, make sure you figure out what they want you to get from figure 2. At first glance, it looks like you don't really need anything from figure 2, but you might not remember which pHs are acidic and which are basic. And so actually, if we go look at figure 2, it labels which pHs are more acidic and less acidic. And so we can use that to find our answer for number 40.